Well, I've been off for several days. I was in Vegas for F1 Vegas and then golfing. So I'm back today. First stream back in a while. Pumped. We're going to go ahead and recap it. Please sit back and enjoy. Yo, good morning. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back to myself. Welcome back to y'all. It's been a little bit. Got a lot to talk about. Fun day, though. Fun day ahead. Very fun few days off for me. Was off Thursday, Friday, and then yesterday. And yeah, I hope y'all are excited for a pause in volatility since I was gone, and VWAP Chop returning since I'm back. Vegas was very fun. Was in Vegas for F1. Great time. Saw Kevin Hart. I saw the Jabberwockies, the dance group. I saw the most random one I saw walking through the casino, actually, and then turns out he was in the same sitting spot that we were. Was Nigel Houston? I think that's how you say his name. The skateboarder. I saw him walk by me, and he was honestly very small, which makes sense for skateboarding. He just had, I was like, dude, I've watched a lot of videos with this dude in it. Like, it's got to be him. Turns out it was. Very fun, though. Very fun weekend. Julie had a great time. I had a great time. Oh, you know who I also saw, chat? I got a funny story for you. We're leaving the place where our tickets were, which was on the Bellagio fountain. And so we're leaving, and me and Julia, this is like after the race, the last night, we're like, oh, wow, we realized we didn't take a picture together like the whole trip. We should take a picture, at least something, right? So we like go to take a selfie together, and all of a sudden we get pushed out of the way by like 9 or 10 bodyguards. We're like, what in the world? Like, we're getting pushed out of the, like, literally, like, you know, step aside. And so we're like, okay, big shot, whoever you are. Like, we're coming from a tent that's honestly filled with celebrities. And we're like, no one really cares. No one really cares, whoever this is. Like, there's no reason to have 9 or 10 bodyguards. Like, when everybody here is, a lot of people here are somebody. You know what I mean? Anyways, so then we get trapped behind these people as we're walking back to the hotel, Bellagio Hotel. They're walking so slow, and I was like, honestly, like, seriously, for this many bodyguards, no one truly gives a who you are. Like, this is crazy. Like, we're walking so slow, we're stuck, y'all won't let us pass. Then the guy behind me was like, finally gets to peek over the bodyguards and goes, oh my god, it's Canelo Alvarez. And I look up, and dude, he's tiny. Everybody, the theme of the weekend was everybody was pretty tiny, honestly. He was really small also. And I was like, dang, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But like, honestly, I don't really feel like 10 bodyguards is required for him. Like, no one was really caring. Markets are open. No one was really caring in the place. And then, but as soon as we leave like our stands, he gets swarmed. I'm talking like legitimately swarmed by people. And I was like, okay, it makes sense. Like, we literally go into the Bellagio like lobby, and people come out from everywhere with their phones out trying to take pictures with them. I was like, dang, all right, well, I guess it makes sense. But me and Julie were laughing because I was like, kind of said it loud, like no one really gives a you are. I said it kind of loud, I was a little, inebriated and whatever. Turns out he probably could have killed me with one punch. I did see he did one picture like this with a fan, and his knuckles were ginormous. Like, his fists were ginormous. So very small dude with very large fists. It kind of makes sense. But he smiled and waved to my wife as he passed. Not to me. So that's chill. His wife was there too. But it was kind of like it was like an apology wave for having all the bodyguards, not like a flirty or anything. It was just like a sorry, sort of situation as he like mumbled past, and then turns out he was, pretty famous. So anyways, that was kind of cool. In hindsight, it was really annoying in the moment. So we have a lot of dad jokes today, chat. We've got 3 dad jokes for when we get the thumbs up required, 420. Let's see what we've done the last couple days. Thursday, Friday, Monday. Yeah, so looks like Friday kind of swept it in a decent. Friday looks pretty mellow. Yesterday, potentially decent action. I don't know. I didn't watch any of the days. News on the session. U.S. case chiller. What is a case chiller? They're just chilling cases up there. We've got new home sales at 9 o'clock. Consumer confidence at 9 o'clock. FOMC meeting minutes at 1 p.m. Got an announcement at 9 o'clock. You want to stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's be smart. Let's be patient. Let's have a good day back. And I'm excited to be back. This is a holiday week, chat. If you're not familiar or if you're not in the United States, this is a holiday week. We got holiday on Thursday. I'll be out Thursday and Friday. Most likely Friday. Like 99% Friday. Definitely out on Thursday. Holiday Thursday. A lot of people take a long weekend here in the States. So a lot of people will take Thursday, Friday off. If you're not in the States, I think it's a half day on Friday, potentially. I'm not positive on that. I just know I don't trade it. So just be careful. Do you think price action will be gross on Friday then? Historically speaking, it is. There was like 1 year, several years back, where Friday was insane. But yeah, usually it's pretty blah. A lot of people are just spending time with their families or going skiing or something, traveling. So tell us about the bubble craps heater. Bro, the bubble craps heater was more insane than you saw, actually. So I actually ran $300 on bubble craps all the way up to 23 grand. All the way up to 23, and then gave back a little bit because, you know, you're having drinks at the casino, smashing buttons, and you think that the heater's never going to end. So I was like, man, I mean, 300 to 50K sounds pretty nice. Why not? Ended up going 300 to 23K, and then ran it back down to 10K, and that's when I walked away. So I walked away $300 to $10,000 on bubble craps. It was the most insane run I've ever been on. Most insane run I ever been on. Dude, I kid you not, the very first run had to have had 30, 40, 50 spins in a row. I have no clue, but I was going for a long time with any craps. It was insane. I pressed for the first while until I was at max bet without a hand pay on numbers, and then I just let that run, and it just ran, dude. It ran for a long time. Was also up on Baccarat the first night. Slots were not our friend this time. Historically, we've done pretty well on slots. Not that great this time. I just couldn't walk away. It's not like the very first night was just insane. But I can't walk away on the very first night when you're in Vegas. I went there to gamble and have fun. Ended up down 2,000 on the trip, but it was a very good time. And we didn't, you know, it's like when you're gambling at one casino like that, I have like my player's card or whatever, so it kind of circulated into like, I mean, we had free hotel, free food, free shows. We got upgraded at the Cirque du Soleil or whatever. It's like it kind of evens out. The 2,000 that I lost kind of evens out there. So anyways, it was very fun. Julia loved playing blackjack with me, which was a good time. My favorite games of the weekend were definitely bubble craps and baccarat. I don't expect that heater on bubble craps ever to happen again, to be honest, but I will absolutely try it next time in Vegas. I will absolutely try it. You know, the funny thing is that I've never even had an urge to play bubble craps, except I saw a YouTube short about someone who was like, this is the money glitch of the casino. And he walks up, he puts the numbers on, takes a couple spins, doubles his money like instantly, and then walks away. And I was like, I'm open to trying that. And that's when I went on the heater. And I was like, I found the money glitch. How'd you enjoy the race? I liked it so much more than last year. The race itself was so much more fun. We were in a great spot for watching it. We got to see the DRS zone right into the passing zone. So we got all the good action. It's very different than Austin, obviously. It's a totally different style of race. But with our seats this year, it was a very fun race to watch. Overall, the smooth buyers look pretty solid. We're hanging at the plus 1.5 standard deviation currently. Looks like it's trying to get a little kick up. We're not having a ton of sellers on this little push. Maybe 21K, we'll see. Anyone have an explanation on this whole prop firm live fund thing? Yeah, we can talk about it in a second. It's really nothing bad. I put in my 2 cents on Twitter purely because I think it's important. I feel like a lot of people don't understand. I feel like a lot of people have come into futures trading through the prop space, like through the online prop space, which I think is good. I mean, follow my blueprint of day trading, right? But I think a lot of people don't actually understand live accounts on like a personal account and the benefits and the not necessarily benefits of doing it on a prop versus live account. So I was putting in my 2 cents. I've seen a lot of posts about it recently, both good and bad. I think at the end of the day, there is no quote unquote wrong decision. It's just like what makes sense for you. If you think that you trade better on a prop account than a personal account, even if both are live, then trade whatever one you're going to trade best on. But per my tweets, I just was bringing up the point of, does it really make sense to trade a live prop account? Does it really make sense if you do not have a personal account that you're trading? Why? Because you're going to pay higher data fees. You have to pay pro data fees as opposed to normal data fees. You're going to be paying more dollars per month on that. You're still going to be taxed as a 1099 or whatever, instead of being able to get your 1256 or whatever the technical form is. So you're not getting the like futures tax rate. You're not getting the futures 60/40 tax rate on a live prop account like you would on a live personal account. And then, oh look, we got news coming up here. Books are opening up a little bit. We can talk about the conversation in a little bit. I want to watch the news and stuff first. All right, there we go. Consumer confidence and home sales. Books are still very open. Nice smack. Close to VWAP. Magical 20s. So 60 points top to bottom. Well, I mean, we had a little bit of wiggle, but we're still kind of stuck in the range, to be honest. We snapped the 5-minute low off the opening range low, just barely, but dove right back inside the range. But first, chat, the holidays coming up. Today's stream is sponsored by ButcherBox. ButcherBox. And they're giving free steaks for a year. Free steaks for a year. We'll open up the box in just a second. If you don't know, ButcherBox is a monthly meat subscription, bringing top quality proteins right to your front door. They have everything you want, like grass-fed and finished beef, organic chicken, wild-caught seafood, pork raised, crate-free. It's super convenient. You can just go select whatever protein you want for the month, and they'll have it available. You stick it in your freezer, thaw it out whenever you want to cook, and throw it on the grill or however you like to cook your meats. Big meat smoker guy, maybe. Personally, a steak guy. I love it. I love ribeyes. Y'all know that about me. It's a premium cut, and it's one of the best cuts out there. So, as a thank you from ButcherBox to the TBM community, we're getting an exclusive offer where if you go to butcherbox.com/TBM, you'll get 2 free steaks in every box for a year plus $20 off your first order. So you can choose between New York strips, ribeyes, fillets, and you'll have 2 of those in your box for a year for free. That's butcherbox.tbm or butcherbox.com/TBM. And you got to take advantage before the offer expires. I believe it's expiring on the 2nd of December or something like that. It's a holiday special. Holiday special. Let me show you what I got going on here. I went ahead and thawed all mine out. It comes frozen. I thawed it all out because it's getting cooked today. So I've got pork ribs. I've got ground beef, which just, it all comes frozen, like I said. Ooh, sirloin tips. Yummy. Ribeyes and fillets. I got two ribeyes, a New York strip. New York strips. Chicken. And I gotta find the fillets here because they look so good. And fillets. These are getting thrown on the grill right after the stream. So, good stuff there. Thank you to ButcherBox. 2 free steaks for a whole year every month. Go to butcherbox.com/TBM. It's also linked in the chat, linked in the description. $20 off your first box, 2 free steaks in your box every year. You just select whatever you want. You can go read all about it on the website there. You could even do it as a gift to someone. That special someone in your life. Go hook them up with some steaks. Okay, back to the prop firm conversation. A lot of prop firms will do sim to funded, right? That's what most do. And a lot of them these days are having this big push to live, right? Is what they're calling it, essentially. Basically, we're just reverting back to 2020, pre-2020, I should say. Before like the sim funded kind of world opened up, it was really just trade and evaluation, get a live account. Seems to be kind of rotating back to that direction. A lot of people are like, well, it's for the good of the trader. Honestly, it's not. I mean, just to be perfectly simple, it's a risk proponent for them because they're capping their downside, right? So if you make $5,000 and you get moved to a live account, or $10,000 and you get moved to a live account, they're no longer risking any money past 10 grand. The big kicker here is that the firms are trying to make it like this really cool thing. Like, you're a pro, we're moving you, we're calling you up, whatever. And they're trying to, it's a big marketing push. Obviously, I think that's pretty standard. I had to take off the banner for the butcher box. I think it's pretty standard to understand that it's a marketing play, right? Especially when we talked about this last week, but we're seeing there's a firm out there that now has an IB, or they're putting in their IB paperwork. They're all getting their Series 3 because they're all going to be a broker, right? And that makes sense. And so, and I definitely agree with that from a business perspective, I agree with the way that that's going. Why? Because they're going to make money on everything now. They're making money on people going through evaluations. They're making money on people failing accounts, resetting, whatever. When they finally push you to live, they're obviously capping their downside risk. And now that they're becoming an IB, they'll make money on every trade that you make with their own money. They're funding you their own money. And then they're going to make money on every single trade that you take because they're an introducing broker. It's common sense for them to do that. They're owning the entire pipeline now. And so they want to keep you in a live account because they're going to make money on every trade that you take. Which is why I'm saying it's a business play. It's a marketing play. The whole like making it cool to be a live account trader or whatever. It's all trading at the end of the day. It's all trading. And so trying to like say one thing versus another is kind of silly to me. Especially when the benefits are, if you're going to be trading a live account on a prop firm versus a live account on your personal, you're losing out on the data fees that you would be saving trading a personal. You're losing out on the profit split that you wouldn't have to be giving on a personal. You're losing out on the tax benefits that you wouldn't be having to give on a personal. So if you're past the sim funded place and you're now trading a live account, you get a risk manager, which is the one benefit. Other than that, I don't see any. That's just me. And like I said earlier, if you think you trade better with the risk manager or on a prop account and you want to sacrifice the other benefits, by all means do it. It's a no-brainer to just go ahead and do that. But I just want to be very transparent in saying that I think it's a large portion of it is probably prepping for regulation in some capacity. Maybe. No one really knows. That's 100% speculation. No one actually knows. And then the big play is obviously making money on commissions for trading live accounts. And that's all public information. You can just search funds or search different firms and on the NFA website and see which ones are becoming IBs and not. So that's where that's why I'm like, you know, if that's what you want to do, that's great. If you want to not do that and save money, that's great also. But this whole like making it cool or whatever to get promoted without actually understanding all of the benefits of not doing that, I think is kind of silly. So hopefully that makes sense. I have a couple tweets on it that I think do a really good job of talking about it. I think if online prop firms, I think there's currently one that does it. It's just not that big and no one really talks about it that much. As long as they're not offering K1s, if you're offered a K1, which it requires a different business structure for the prop firm, essentially a partnership where you're owning a piece of the firm, that's when you get 1040, or that's when you get your actual like futures tax breaks. But there's not really many that are doing K1s. They all still pay out as contractors, and that's when it's not tax advantage to trade a live prop account. And I think it's silly for firms to say that just sim funded is not sustainable. I don't agree with that either. There's a reason they all switched over the last 4 years and have made a ton of money, boatloads of money doing that, because a lot of people suck at trading. I mean, you look at the fact that, you know, some firms out there have hundreds of thousands of users and like 500 people in live accounts. Yet they still want to have this goal for everybody to be a live trader, push them up, and then make money on trading commissions, right? So it all makes sense, but I think it's very important for traders to understand I don't know, it's your money. And one of my tweets, I said this: it's a business's job to save money and to make money wherever they can, right? Which are what a prop firm is. They're trying to make money wherever they can. in trading, we are our own business, right? It's our job to keep our expenses low, because a dollar saved is a dollar earned, right? So if you can keep your expenses low, doing the exact same thing that you'd be doing somewhere else, why would you not take the cheaper route? You know, like some of the benefits go away and all of a sudden it's starting to cost you more money per trade or whatever, or at the end of the year. Why would you not go to the cheaper option? So there you go. I just want to try and educate. I'm not saying that it's bad at all. I'm not saying any of the firms that are doing it are bad at all. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm just strictly saying from an expense perspective, I don't know if it makes the most sense for everybody out there right now. All right, it's lit. We got 3 jokes here, chat. All right, 3 jokes from the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 23rd and 24th. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. All right, here we go. November 25th, Monday. Yesterday's dad joke. Why did the kids cross the playground? To get to the other slide. That's a big time dad joke, because that's like not really funny, but kind of maybe funny. That's just a classic dad joke right there. All right, and then today, November 26th, Tuesday, chat. Why didn't the teddy bear come down for dinner? He was already stuffed. That's a good one. He was already stuffed. We got a wick test at 9:40. I'll just selling off a little bit. This is a little scary of a wick test, to be honest. Like first reaction off a VWAP. Could potentially play it for a couple points if we get filled. I want to watch Delta though as we get up there. All right, I'm in on the wick test. First reaction is going to be best reaction here. I'm going to give it to 50 volume and then get out if we cross that. All right, we barely swapped it. I'm gonna go ahead and move this break even. And I'm out. There's the 10 points. That trade, I got in on the wick test. I wanted to see us react at 50. We barely swept it. We swept it by 2 points. Immediately came back inside. Was not a strong push through it. Came back inside, moved it break even once I was 4 points up, 5 points up, and then got the full 10 point fill there. So nothing too crazy to note there on that trade, other than we had a little bit of buying going on, reacting off of VWAP, which is pretty expected in my opinion. And then we rejected 950 cycle level and volume, got the fill at 10 points and got out. So there's a 10 pointer for the day. And we're back, baby. Is this Ninja Trader? No, this is Sierra Chart. Cicerone, I stopped showing it 7 months ago or so. 6 months, 7 months ago, somewhere around there. 5 to 7 months. Because I was tired of people asking about it every single day. It would be people's only comments in here. I'd look at the chat history and it would be their only comment. And I think that's dumb. If you're just coming in to comment about whatever's going on with me, it's just, I don't know. I don't see the point of it. Maybe I'll do it again at some point. I don't know. If I feel mentally prepared for it and I think it's going to provide value, then maybe. But as of right now, I just don't really think it provides that much for the mental toughness that it is for me, to be honest, just to like satisfy someone's curiosity. Matt, I need your advice. After some losses, I snap and go all in mode, ending to fail another combine. Don't do that. I don't really have any advice for you other than you're gonna have to have some self-control. You got to learn how to lose is maybe the best advice there. Learn how to lose and get dialed in on a strategy that you feel like gives you an edge in some capacity. If you have some success with it, then it's just about learning to not lose and not tilt. Don't get tilted. The thing that I think burns a lot of traders that we all have to fight all the time is, and it revolves around a lot of things in trading because you hear me say it all the time, is you got to be patient. The second you try to start rushing things is the second that bad things normally start happening. You're trying to rush getting to a certain account balance for whatever reason, whether it's bills or payout method or payout, time period or whatever. Rushing does not do you any good. Typically puts an unknown pressure on you. You start making poor decisions. You got to be patient. You got to be patient with the big ideas, like the big picture stuff, like payouts and taking withdrawals and all of those very important things, right? You got to be patient and trust the process, right? Of day over day over day. And then in order to trust the process day over day over day, you got to be patient during the day. You got to be patient, trusting your trade setups and executing at a level that you actually are happy with, right? If you can't be patient during your trades and be patient waiting for trades, then you're going to start forcing them. And when you start forcing them, you make decisions that affect everything else down the line, right? If you can create a foundation of patience, easier said than done, but if you can create a foundation of patience, which is waiting for setups that you really like, setups that you enjoy, setups that you know are high EV, right? Then you can start compounding those days over day, right? But then you're going to have to deal with, finding patience on the day over day. It's not about making $10,000 today. It's about getting your nut, getting those base hits, being patient during the day, and then do it all again the next day. And all of a sudden, if you start learning how to be patient day over day over day, then you can take a big pick, like a look back and realize that you grew accounts as opposed to trying to get to the account number that you need in one day. I knew chat would freak out about the get your nut. It's a phrase. Does that make sense though? If you can't be patient, you're going to be having a very tilt normally comes from not being patient, right? I think that's pretty, I would say that's pretty openly accepted, like an openly accepted concept. If you're not being patient, it is much easier to get tilted. If you are being patient, it's a lot harder to get tilted. Just a blanket statement. I think that's fairly agreeable. So how do you prevent tilt? You be patient. You be patient on your trades. You be patient on the day. You be patient on the week. You be patient for the process. You try and rush the process. You rush your trades. You lose your trades. You lose your accounts. Got to be uncomfortable to grow your comfort zone. Facts. Big facts. I mean, if you like this trend line up, honestly, like a 66 buy, stop at 61 is not terrible here. Got like a little 1 minute trend going. I'm gonna try it. We got sellers obviously around, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and move to break even too. I'm 4 points up, but it's moving slow enough to where I think it's fine to go ahead and move that break even. Ran up, what, 5 points, chat? Kicked off of point of control. I was not watching the 5 minute chart there for point of control. I was not watching that at all. I think that was a good exit. That was user error on my side. I'm happy with the break even stop there. I guess I got stopped for a tick down. It ran up 5 points or so. Should have probably exited at point of control. I was not watching that. That's just, that's my bad. But I was watching this 1 minute kind of trend. Could have drawn the line. I didn't draw the line. Happy with the break even there. Probably should have taken 5. That's okay. Prior open retest and point of control. Interesting spot. 76. Would look something like this probably. If it got the retest. Which I don't know if it does. I think we probably rotate 56 to 51, if I had to guess. All right, here's the 56 area I was just talking about. It's definitely an interesting spot. 54, 55, 56, 50. Value area low, volume. I'm gonna get swept. Lose 7 points if I get stopped out. Here's 50. I imagine I get stopped out here though. I can't picture a world where I don't. Yep, stopped out. 7 points there. I'm up $50. Basically, so I had a 10-point winner and a break-even trade, and then a 7-point loser. I might call it here. It's feeling very sweepy. Like, I think honestly the snap along back in is not a terrible idea, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in a spot where I'm forcing myself to do that. So I'm gonna call it here for right now. Go do something else for a couple minutes and then come back. I'll be in Discord. Like, I mean, look, the snap along back in would have paid already. So it's definitely feeling choppy. I'm feeling range bound and choppy with like little sweeps off the range, which can get a little dicey. So I kind of want to see if we can go test VWAP or something interesting. Overall, ending green, very small green, but it's first day back after several days off. So I'm not going to go deep red. I'm not going to put myself in a spot where I'm going deep red. So started off strong, gave back one, and ending green. So good luck, everybody. I'll see you in Discord as the day progresses. Be smart, be patient. There's a stream tomorrow, so I'll see you then. And enjoy the start of your holiday week for those of you that have time off, etc. If you're going to see your family, all that type of stuff, have fun. Don't get too stressed out. And we'll see you tomorrow morning at market open. Make sure you check out ButcherBox. Pinned. Peace.